Alrighty guys, it is Qaaman here today, and I have a video segment that is responding directly to Blackenfist's new video on who is the strongest human besides Oob in his own version. For those of you who don't know, we had a debate a week ago debating who is stronger between Tien and Krillin. Afterwards, Blackenfist went all out on his explanation, and this video responds directly to him. Before you watch this video, please check out his new video in the description below, as this video is a direct response. Also, please check out my older video on who is the strongest human besides Oob Qaaman version to get my side of the story in addition to our debate. So, let's look at my first response to Blackenfist. At 1 minute and 54 seconds, you said that Tien never trained on King Kai's planet. That, my fellow video partner, is a major factual error, because he did train on King Kai's planet with Yamcha, Tien, and Chaozu in addition to Piccolo. The only difference is that he and the rest of the gang never fought against the Ginyu Force, as evidenced in the filler, which is why I never said it in our previous debate, and that is what you pointed out. Proof of this is evidenced by looking at scans of the manga. How was Piccolo able to communicate with the Z Fighters on Namek? Well, the only way was by Piccolo communicating through King Kai, in which Tien was shown in the background. Because of that, in the manga, Tien was shown training during the Namek arc, but he didn't get his potential unlocked, which still gave Krillin the edge at that point in time. Now, I know that we are arguing against each other in this topic, but I actually have one point of evidence that you could have used to support your debate. One point of evidence that you could have used to support yourself, that you could have used to your advantage, is that you could have stated that when Frieza killed Krillin, it's assumed and it's extremely likely that Krillin went to King Kai's planet as well, which means that he would have trained with the others on Namek. So technically you would be right about Krillin being stronger after Namek, which I do not disagree with you with. Now, this takes me on to my next point. At 2 minutes and 8 seconds, you said that Tien was about the same strength that he was during the Saiyan saga. Since I proved that he did go to King Kai's planet, we know for sure that he would have definitely have been stronger. How much stronger is impossible to determine, but at least we know that Tien got somewhat stronger for sure, whereas Krillin definitely got much stronger during that same time period due to Guru's boost by unlocking his potential. However, in both the anime and the manga, I could support my argument even more, where I could say that Tien was the last person to leave King Kai's planet in addition to Chaozu, whereas Krillin and Yamcha would have been the first two people to leave, since they were wished first, which supports my argument even more, where I could say that Tien trained a lot more in that exact year, and Krillin's personality would suggest that he wouldn't train much at all, if anything. So, even though I didn't mention this in the debate, since it was pointless because we don't know exactly what Krillin did when he died, it's still important to mention this to all of you viewers. Now, after saying this, my argument can potentially have more support by the fact that I did state that Tien did train on King Kai's planet for sure, whereas Krillin may have trained on King Kai's planet, which would have closed the gap from what you were saying. But you are right in what you stated. Tien would be weaker than Krillin for sure in all circumstances after the Namek saga, because of the fact that Krillin's boost would give him that edge. I'm just saying that it wouldn't be as big of a gap as your argument suggests by saying Tien didn't get stronger at all. Now, let's move on to my next response at 6 minutes and 40 seconds. This is where I think my argument is supported even more. Just like how I mentioned in my first Dragon Ball Z segment on why wasn't future Gohan stronger, time is always a big factor in Dragon Ball Z. Now, Tien isn't a Saiyan, but 7 years is a hell of a lot of time. As a matter of fact, it's more than enough time for me to believe that Tien could not have surpassed Krillin, since I think in 7 years Tien could have easily have surpassed Krillin. In those 7 years, Tien may not have trained as efficiently as he would have if he were dead for 7 years in the afterlife like Goku did before he returned during the Buu Saga, or if Tien had gone into the hyperbolic time chamber, but training for 7 years regularly on Earth closed the gap for sure, to me. Now, what I said before is fact, but one implication that I can use to support my argument is the fact that Tien trained harder for the androids as well during the 3-year gap, since one would believe that he pushes himself a lot more than Krillin when he trains. But what I just said right now about Tien training harder against the androids is just an implication that I've observed from Dragon Ball Z. It's not a fact, but it's just something that you might want to consider when you're really analyzing who's stronger. Now, I'm going to respond to what you said at 10 minutes and 4 seconds as my final point against you. Now, as far as the whole human earthling thing regarding Tien and Krillin, here is what I have to say. Technically, you were right on this point. However, I want to point out that on some unofficial sources, Tien is listed as part of an alien race of Cyclops. As far as that goes, it's unofficial, so I can't override what you said for fact. I can only override it as a potential possibility that Tien is considered an alien by Akira Toriyama. But that's your strongest argument because I can't override what Toriyama said. I'm just arguing by the Dragon Ball Z facts. I will say, however, that Toriyama is notorious for forgetting and making several inconsistencies in Dragon Ball Z, as evidenced by you in several of your own videos, such as Akira Toriyama says crazy things. But I can't argue against this point, I can only comment on it. Because of that, I come to this conclusion. I think that my argument is stronger than Blackenfist's for arguing why Tien should be stronger than Krillin. Because of that one comment that Toriyama said, however, I'm prevented from ever winning this argument because I'm obviously not the creator of the show. I'm just a big fan who makes videos on them. Blackenfist may have been wrong with one of his facts regarding Tien not training on Namek at all, but I can beat him in the debate just sharing my thoughts. Ultimately, I think my argument is stronger and it's more logical to reason why Tien should be stronger than Krillin. Because of what Toriyama said, however, I will never win this debate, but I will always believe at the end of the day that Tien should be stronger than Krillin. However, after watching Blackenfist's video today, I realized that Toriyama's comment is just so strong that no matter how hard I try to argue this, Blackenfist's argument will always have priority over mine, since Toriyama's words are just too powerful. I'm not conceding defeat to Blackenfist, but I am admitting that I cannot win this debate. If there's any other support that would prove that Tien is stronger than Krillin, and some true facts that he is definitely not a human, I will let you and all of my subscribers and viewers know. So guys, that has been my video for today. Blackenfist and I know very well that because we both have thousands of subscribers, our words can influence many opinions that you guys have. Because of this, we argued to try to give you guys the most accurate information out there. Don't take this video as me personally bashing Blackenfist in his video. I agreed with all of the other points he made in the video that were not mentioned in mine, which includes my 3 responses here. We look forward to uploading more videos and we would both like to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe to the Blackenfist as my backup channel and because of our video partnership. Also stay tuned for tomorrow's video on why is Goku stronger than Vegeta, as it will be uploaded to Blackenfist's channel since YouTube strike prevents me from uploading videos longer than 15 minutes. But most importantly, please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, and remember, as I always say, to have a great day, guys.